Day, everyone. I think we all know and remember the challenging parable of the overgenerous vineyard owner who needed to hire workers. When he approached the first group, his question to them is, "Do you want to work in my vineyard?" And then towards the end of the day, for the last hour, I believe, when he approaches that group, he asks, "Why aren't you working?" Their answer is, "Because no one has hired us." So it seems then that the reason they aren't working is because no one has invited them to work, not because they're just plain lazy. I have a feeling that this might be the case for so many people who seem indifferent to faith and worship. Maybe no one has invited them in. During Jesus' life on earth, there were many with whom he came into contact with who were in this category. Tax collectors, prostitutes, foreigners, criminals. Jesus did invite them in, and many responded, as we know from the gospel, with sincerity and contrition. So for these so-called sinners, all that stood between them and entry into the faith was a genuine, kind invitation. Additionally, at times, there were cases in the Gospels when the people around Jesus blocked others from him. For example, when some were trying to get the paralytic to see Jesus, they couldn't get through the crowd. All entrances were blocked. But they used their ingenuity and went to the roof. Even some children were almost turned away until Jesus called to them himself. Even we, church members, can unknowingly block access to Jesus and cause others to have to pass through us to have access to Jesus. We need to continually remind ourselves that it is Jesus who is the gatekeeper and the only gatekeeper. What we need to remember, too, is why Jesus chased the money changers from the temple. They were set up to literally force others to pass through them to worship God. So our mission then is for us to pray about and remember that as disciples of Jesus, the ones we profess to be, that we need to, as one theologian has said, to work at closing the distance rather than closing the gate. Have a blessed week.